Hey everyone, and welcome to another Star Wars Games Update, where we bring you all of the latest and greatest in Star Wars gaming news. For today's weekly roundup, we'll be taking a look at several stories, especially those concerning May the 4th and what kind of announcements were made in regards to that, along with a few interesting rumors that are currently making the rounds online, especially that of an Xbox exclusive Mandalorian game. Which, yeah, as you can get from that, this is not something you see every day, so there's quite a lot to unpack here. And before we get into any of that, a quick reminder that if you do like these type of videos, then be sure to give it a like to show your support for this update series and the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Starting things off, with May the 4th just around the corner, both EA and Lucasfilm Games have been pretty busy making a lot of new announcements recently, especially with their biggest one being the confirmation of a next-gen version for Jedi Fallen Order. As of right now, we don't have much details, but according to StarWars.com, the new release will bring a number of technical improvements to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S console versions of the game, along with apparently more changes still yet to be announced at this time. And the best part about it is you probably won't even have to pay a cent to get it, as those who already own the title will receive these cross-gen upgrades for free when it comes out this summer. And speaking about new content drops, Star Wars Squadrons will be getting their final ever content update on May 4th. This of course comes to no surprise to fans who were pretty well aware that while the game's support was ending, they could still count on consistent small content updates featuring cosmetic items for their starfighters until May 4th. And yeah, with May 4th fast approaching, the final content update for the game will be adding Luke Skywalker's lightsaber figure and an early Rebellion A-Wing prototype paint job for the New Republic, while the Galactic Empire will be getting a green striped paint job and a Darth Vader lightsaber dashboard figure. Like I said before, hopefully this won't be the complete lasting motive add or do for Squadrons ever, as you know, we still need that one final patch to really fix the game up. But even so, this is still a pretty sweet content drop, especially with the lightsaber figures. Now, of course, it wouldn't be May the 4th without some big deals happening on Star Wars games, am I right? And well, if you were looking for that, then Lucasfilm Games has fans covered right here, as StarWars.com this week published a whole list of every single Star Wars game that is going to be on sale for May the 4th, with both old and new games seeing some major price discounts, no matter whether it be on VR, console, or the PC. And the cool thing here is that a lot of these sales have actually already kicked off, so there's no need to wait until May the 4th to buy anything which you may already had your eyes set on. And if you're gonna take advantage of any of these awesome deals, then do let us know in the comments down below on which games you'll be playing in anticipation for May the 4th. Right, so we're back with a few new rumors that have been spreading around lately. And we'll start with the less likely of the two, and that is, yeah, you guessed it, yet another Battlefront 3 rumor. Coming straight from the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, the rumor was posted by a user named Feroda40522, stating that a logo for the game was presented at an investors meeting, along with claiming that development on the game would start right after Battlefield 6's presentation at EA Play. They also mentioned that the game would be directly linked to a future Disney Plus project, would incorporate a season system, and there would be many changes to vehicle mechanics for a large-scale game mode. Now, I'll say the same thing I said before, I'm honestly not really taking any Battlefront 3 rumors seriously at this point because it's still way too early for this game. That said, if the game is being really made, then I for sure believe the first 2 points here, being of a logo shown at the investors meeting and development starting after Battlefield 6. Those parts could very well be true, but the Disney Plus part sounds kind of outlandish, and the last 2 points here are pretty much filler. Especially seeing as Battlefront 2 also had a season system at the beginning, which it did quickly ditch, while also telling us that vehicle mechanics will see changes is just super broad. So yeah, interesting stuff to hear if true, but not something I take seriously right now, at least until Battlefield 6 is out and released. Now, this next rumor is pretty interesting and, dare I say, maybe even pretty realistic. As a user on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit pulled together different information regarding a possible The Mandalorian game being in the works exclusively for the Xbox. Now, much of these sources come straight from Nick Baker, the co-founder of XboxEra.com, who's a well-known and credible insider in the Xbox gaming space. According to Xbox Era, an Xbox first-party studio is working on a Lucasfilm IP, and it could very well be a Mandalorian game based on the Din Djarin Funko Pop as seen in Phil Spencer's room in his background. Now, for those who don't know, Phil Spencer is of course the head of Xbox. But in addition to that, he's also very much known for putting things in his background that are hints to future projects, acquisitions, and other announcements. And so far, everything else in Phil's room has come out legit in one way or another, especially with Microsoft buying BioWare, which, mind you, came from a hint of something in his background. So having that all in mind, then yeah, a Mandalorian Xbox only game is honestly kind of wild, but certainly plausible. Now, the funny thing in all of this is that later, it turned out that apparently that Funko Pop actually wasn't of Mando, which in turn, Nick exposed the secret Mandalorian game by accident when he thought it was one. Of course, even so, he only admitted this intel because he thought the secret was out, like it was safe to say something when really it wasn't. However, because it apparently wasn't and Nick still spilled the beans anyway without knowing, then this probably doesn't spell out good news for his source, which ended up potentially outing themselves within Microsoft. And like Nick says in his tweet, he's gonna have to end up apologizing to them, which I can't imagine that conversation's gonna look too good for either side. But at the same time, we at the very least know now that Xbox are perhaps maybe actually making a Mando game. And I say maybe because while Nick Baker is a legit and credible source, this is still nothing confirmed officially, and like always with these things, should be taken with a pinch of salt, even if it is from a credible source. Because we all know by now, unless it's confirmed, then it's not official. But at the same time, it's not impossible either. And for anyone who does remember, Xbox did already have an exclusive Star Wars game back called Star Wars Obi-Wan, and that game was made and released before they were even splashing big money on new IPs, game studios, and the such. So, with the way Phil Spencer is currently heading Xbox, and Lucasfilm Games now freely allowing any game studio to make Star Wars games for them, then yeah, this rumor is certainly something to keep an eye on, even more so if those with Xboxes. And that will do it for this Star Wars Games update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.